There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise from them. The welcome my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love our money, more I know.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flashing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise from them. The welcome my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love our money, more I know.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we agent too. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture. From here and I'm part of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh in the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
The numbers of so many things. Serve as chairman of the this committee for 12 years of Madam Secretary. At that time, he worked for NSA as deputy director. Successfully travel until he was transferred to the where you work faithfully, very hard, and there wasn't any trouble. I think the president of Liberia made a good choice to nominate a veteran. The way our country was being managed in the period of Trump was very bad. And I think there are some bad elements. I don't want to make comment. There are bad elements that still remain in the T and the DEA sector. I got a strong report, I don't know how true it is, that you will be an acting boss of DEA coming from America. Recently, not knowing all of them and their behavior, you selected a few people to guard your house, and overnight they vandalized the vehicle.
That is quite true, sir.
Is it true?
Yes, sir.
It could be true that some people who caused trouble and were suspended, you see that elements in group that still support them, they have influenced most of people. One of the senators said you should rebrand the place.
Yes, sir.
There were names that came out and they were visible in cosmetic official at TEA. I went through investigation and the result is having a new boss. That means they will not come back, but they are still there. I saw some, I won't leave you here, I told you about it.
Yes, sir.
Think about it, rebrand the place and make it more vibrant. Because I speak to you, it may interest the committee members to know that there are some containers at the port.
Indeed, we follow that.
Yes.
At the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah, with hard drugs. And so I was appealed to the Senate, coming to fast track the confirmation, so you can have the full power
Indeed.
to deal with the situation.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm told that a continent, one or two of the continent were brought in by somebody who knew all. But as you work after confirmation, only need people who brought the continents. I will make a point to make appeal to my colleagues to make sure that we are confirmed.
Thank you,
So
sir.
they get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.
Well, what a way to welcome all of you. Indeed, this is Sktv show this evening. Love it. I don't know what happened, but let me cut. Thank you, thank you. So indeed, what a way to welcome you. Yes, indeed, today is Thursday, having to be the 28th of November. A wonderful day, someone will say, but again, at the end of the day, Liberia is bereaved, and Liberians are in their sad time, observing this day, especially waking up this morning. But again, let me welcome all of you to the Sktv show. Please share the show. Mark will be joining us very, very soon. Mark will be joining us on this platform. Steve, Sekou, and the rest of the team, even though they're calling back to back, in making sure that we have the show started. And again, please share the show. Those of you who just joining us, we're also going to recognize few of you, and just leave your comment also there so that we'll be able also to read out your comment. And indeed, today is Wednesday, but a basic and a stressful day for our country, for Liberia, because mind you, so many things ongoing, especially with this kind of news, waking up early in the morning, hearing the death news of one of our statements and so forth. And also on today, the government of Liberia also buried the superintendent of Grand Bassa County, Madame Julia Bondo, also on today. So many things to talk about, so many things ongoing, so many things that we'll be looking at today. But again, I'm waiting for Mark. If Mark come on, Mark or Steve and that is Sekou, any of them will be joining me very very soon right here on the SK TV show this evening. And yes, indeed, so many things like I said to talk about. But this entire day on today, we'll be looking at the late Senator Prince May Johnson, right? Yes, why Johnson? And that was stand for May. Is it May? Yeah, I think it's May. I stand to be corrected. But again, it's Prince Y Johnson, the late, indeed, on this morning. You know, it's not easy no matter how you term it, no matter how you think, no matter what you have in mind. But life is given by the Almighty Creator, and whenever life is maybe taken away or life leaves that that person, you have your own way of sympathizing with them. And but before we go to all of these things, let me see. Yes, indeed, this is the photo of the late Senator Prince Y Johnson, and others are saying that if he is a senior senator for Nimba County, let me see how best to place the photo along our time. But I'll be joined by Mark very, very soon. Mark will be joining me. And let me say happy, is that fast and prayer, right? Thanksgiving Day. Yes, sorry. Thanksgiving Day to all of our brothers and sisters from the US. Indeed, today is Thanksgiving Day. So we also want to say happy Thanksgiving Day to all of you. So this is the photo of the senator, the late Senator Prince Y Johnson of Nimba County, and the godfather of Nimba County. So, yes, again, we are here and we're going to be here with you. Yes, President Monk will be coming on very, very soon. So, on today, there's nothing about politics. Yes, even though there are a lot of political topics, political things to talk about, but on today, we will be looking at the late Senator Prince Y Johnson, his life and his impact and everything that you think, about him. I know some of you will say the good and bad, and that's just the thing about him. The good and bad part of us human. Even no matter how good you think you are, someone will still talk about your bad part, So that's the beauty of life. So there you have it. Share the show. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yes, please just give me a little minute. Let me see how best to do some adjustment also. And let me see when I can play this video while we go through with our other adjustment. Indeed. So the senator will also talk about that, the senator about it. has been taken to the funeral home. So let me see how best to play you this video. This one will not be this one. So let me see because it's too long. Yes, this one as we go along with yes. So this break, and we will be right back right here on Truth FM 96.1.
TV live on Hope for Women International, where
Let me see. Yes, yes. Sorry, we try to reconnect with this video and be able to bring you the play-by-play of what happened on today at the Women Women International from the Hope for Women International Clinic. So let me see. We sincerely apologize. Let me see. Be able to get the entire thing straightened up before I go for this break. Wow, what's happening here? Okay, let me see. All right, let me see. Good. Yeah, sorry to all of you who listening via the radio and also yeah. So we got to do some adjustment in to be able to connect with our team. So I'm trying hard to get this video on. Yeah, Mark. Thank you. Let me see this one. Yeah, I think this one. Okay, so let me see this one. I think this one will go for the time. All right. Yeah, so let me see this. So, yes. So So indeed, a way to welcome you back after that break. Yes, indeed. So today we are here. Mark will be joining me very, very soon. Good evening again to all of you, our dear travel listeners. Indeed, today is Thanksgiving Day in the U.S. So we're going to celebrate with all of you who are celebrating in the U.S. Also, let me say happy Thanksgiving Day to all of our brothers and sisters in a part of the world. And as you go about celebrating, I know that you are also thinking about what happening back home. So again, Senator Prince Roy Johnson, the late, yes, 72 years, he died at the age 72 years, and the Liberian X, according to information. Also, you know, all the information have been placed on the internet now, so you can also search out most of the internet, the information also on the internet. You see everything that we are about to talk about right here. But I'm still waiting for Mark. Please share the show. Those of you share the show. We have a lot of videos that we're going to play for our listening to also doing his turn at the TRC. Also, you know, so many things happen. So many things happen. Let me see how best to also get that video also from the TRC. You know, yes, where you talk a lot of Google things about what happened and so forth. Yeah, yes. So let me see. I also have interest in the video at the TRC also. You know, when people, when it kind of thing happen. Yes. Yes. Good. Let me see whether I will get the video. Okay. I think. All right. Okay. Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's just so great. So today you're going to be another day of so many things happening that we're going to be talking about. But we are here to bring you all of the things happening, the things that happened back then with our senator, you know, when he was very strong, energetic, and all of these things happen. So let me see how best to play this one so that you too, you can also see exactly what happened and his own what is this? Okay, correct. So let me see. This is the video, and most definitely we're going to play this one just for a few seconds.
Commissioners of the TRC, distinguished Liberians gather here, commissioners, paramount chiefs, elders who arrived early this morning from Libera County, former commandos of the Special Forces of the IMPFL now disbanded, to the great forces alert and Model, without whom democracy will not prevail today. I end up being for these great forces fighting dictatorship to enthrone democracy, peace, and stability. Liberia would not be what it is today, and I won't be here called senator sitting before the TRC to give my account of the role I play. Before I go further, I would like to say that the last time I talked about Chairman Verdier, talked about Sheikh Afame Cornell and others, I would not ask anyone to recluse himself. I will not stop my story because some of them were involved in the process. I will go right on explaining my story. But my concern is that the people before whom we sit to explain our stories themselves have story to tell. And I do not know to whom they will stand to tell their story. These are the distinguished personalities who are responsible at the end of the day to come out with recommendations either for war crime or whatever against us or whoever. I just want you all to know that I have come here in obedience to my conscience and by popular demand of the Liberian people for me to come personally and be present off camera to tell the Liberian people and the world what led to the crisis that I was involved in, and to let them know my role. I did not know many years back that there would be a TRC, that I would sit before it to explain. But what I did was I prepared for the future, because I always look into the years with prayer. So I prepared my memoir. And don't be disappointed, don't be discouraged, because many of you may want me to stand and just begin to narrate. I don't want to be distracted, so I will read most times from my memoir. And then at certain times, I will begin to explain orally. Many speakers have been here, they have explained their role. I listened attentively to the narration given by Dr. Fambula, a great philosopher, a professor. I listened to Comrade Joe Wale. I listened to so many people. And what I'm here to do today is I explain along the line. I will make comments on most of those stories that they gave, not to condemn them, but to make amendments. Because in the narration, there were some omissions, and I will fill those gaps with whatever was missing there. I do not need to dive into 1847, because whatever those who came on this soil in 1847 were accused of having one-party system, whatever those who came, Liberians who came back to this great nation, whatever they were accused of, I guess they paid the price in 1980.
Well. So, Brazilian Mark, we have our teammate, Brazilian Mark, just joining us. So, Mark, let me say a wonderful way to welcome you and say Happy Thanksgiving Day to you.
Yeah, thanks. Today is a national holiday in the U.S. and Thanksgiving Day, very important. Some people give thanks to God. Some people thank God for the great United States, and some people have their own theory that today was the day that some Native American, the original owners of the land, were able to encounter the Westerners or Europeans that came in search of a new land, and they were able to conquer the land. So some people have the theory that they don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, but for the vast majority of us, we decide to start with a positive aspect. That's what life is all about. They got a good side and they got a bad side. No matter what, there is always a good side towards something. So that's it. Once again, I mean, I didn't get feedback from you earlier. I was waiting. I was almost on my way out. That's why I sent you a message
Yeah, sorry,
saying that
sincerely
for the first
apologize.
time, 35 minutes, 40 minutes into the show, I can get a link from Melbourne. So I might as well go about my business. But we got to cover ground. I mean, we signed up for this, so we have to do. I think today we'll make the show very simple and short and unique. The historical aspect of Prince Johnson, whether you like it or not. Some people think he's a hero. Some people believe that he was one of those that committed mass atrocity on innocent people in Liberia. But everybody got their own version when it comes to interpretation. And for me, I am on the latter side. I believe he's not my hero when it comes to the war. That's my own personal view. He's not a hero for me. I believe I side with the people who believe that he inflicted atrocity on innocent people as well. And that's why when people talk about the war crime code, I always, on all the platforms that I appear, I say, you don't want to box this Prince Johnson into this war crime code issue because there were other people that committed mass atrocity, even though he was one of the major figures. But there are other people that should bear the brunt of the responsibility when it comes to war crimes. And in fact, if you make Prince Johnson the poster child of this war crime code, now he's dead. So what do you make about the war crime code? Can we say the war crime code is there? Can we say people that committed almost heinous crime on the on the same scale as compared to Prince Johnson, should they go scot-free? That's why you don't want to narrow yourself, whether it's politics, whether it's everything. You don't want to put yourself in a box because at the end of the day, you don't know how things can play out. So you have to have a larger or bigger appeal when it comes to issue. So we'll be hearing from some of our people today, their encounter and some of their experiences. And we will just take the day to reflect on the life of Prince Johnson, his contribution, whether positive or negative, and the personal encounter you have with Prince Johnson. That's how I see it for today. I don't want to play politics today. The man
Oh
died today.
yes,
We got to give him, even though we
yes,
disagree,
indeed,
but we
Monk.
still have to give him credit and respect.
And I agree with you, Monk, 100% that
Yeah.
no need for politics on today because today is the day to retrospect, think about all of the good and bad, and like you are saying, Monk, and that's just the
Yeah.
but moving forward, and that would be the main question as to should we still continue with the advocacy of the World Economic Code or everything finished now? And I like that, Monk. You can just think faster than, yeah, But again, today is just a sad day for us, Monk. But again, Monk, apart from all of the happening today with us, the late Superintendent of Julia Bono of Grand Bassa County
Yeah.
was
Ambassador.
also
Yeah.
ready to rest on today. And what happened? I think there are 2 or 3 instances of major happening back home on today. And today, in fact, today there are no session
Yes.
also on the both the majority block and that on the minority block. So that means there was no legislative politics. So the one main question today is how can now we not doing politics? For me, that's the question I want to ask them today. So now they now come back to reality and they know that in fact there is difference between reality and other politics because there's
Yeah.
no work today for the Liberian people and they don't even give us any kind of a good excuse to say yeah because of this because of, and in fact Monk I don't know but again that's the beauty that you always say these people they do this thing in their own interest and they don't care about the Liberian people because that's just so glaring that today no work at all. No work.
Here's a funny aspect. There will always be politics, some kind of, even though on a limited scale. Because when I read the communication coming from the House, I was like, okay, so which one is the Liberian people going to honor? Because the majority bloc is telling you there is no session today, and the minority bloc is telling you there is no session also. So in this case, how do we claim legitimacy? Because when you're speaking as a House, you're supposed to be speaking as a red body. Because so if a message coming from the Richard Coon bloc, can you say that they are the legitimate group? Because of the number. And but at the end of the day, like I said today, major statement in the life of Prince Johnson is dead. He died today. So I can understand when it comes to the political aspect, but no matter what, some kind of way somebody will try to connect the political dot. And that's just why it is. Because Prince Johnson himself, if we speak about the life of Prince Johnson, he's still a political figure. He was
Oh yeah.
instrumental in deciding the outcome of 4 different elections.
Mm-hmm.
Not one, not two, but 4. And even the reason some of us believe that he committed mass atrocities still has some political implication because of the Neymar raid, because of the 1980 politics, the way in which the former president Samuel Doe inflicted mass damages on the people of Neymar County. You could put all the pieces together and stay, even though you want to stay away from politics, but the politics will still draw you into the conversation at the end of the day. We can just try to minimize it in respect of his death, but stay. Somebody will come and give something, some narrative that will still have some political implications. That's just what it is. You can walk
Wonderful,
away from
Mark.
the
I
politics.
know today we will be looking at the late Senator Prince Johnson and also Nima County as to what's going to be happening next, how Nima County going to be like you are saying, because you just said that in fact for the past 4 elections, Senator Prince, the late Senator Prince Johnson, been
Yeah.
on top of the game, been
Yep.
taking his people wherever he want to go or
Hmm.
wherever he feel that or maybe it is the best place to go. But again, we'll be
Yep.
looking at all these things, Mark. But Mark, quickly before we go, I don't know whether be our team are getting ready for the news. But before we go for the news break, Mark, what your own take with when it comes to the death of Senator Prince Johnson?
I keep saying on the show, we are all susceptible to 2 things we are guaranteed in this world. The only way you won't die is that you are never born. But once you came from your mother's womb, it means there is a day that you'll be leaving this planet. You are coming from somewhere and we are all going somewhere. And for me, when I reflect on the life of people at the end of the day, good or bad, we tell you life is about choice. And we got polar opposites for everything. You got death and you got life, right? Or you got birth. And at the end of the day, Melbourne, you will leave an impact on this planet. But the question is, which kind of an impact or legacy are you leaving? Are you leaving it in the positive aspect or are you leaving a negative impact? And that's where people will judge you out and they will judge you on at the end of your life, the kind of an impact you made and the level at which you made that kind of an impact. So, Prince Johnson, I think we'll take a break. I think Melbourne is already off the radio. I mean, you're off the screen. So I guess it's the news bulletin, and then we can take it from there. I will hold off on that. So, yeah, Yeah, everyone's getting me some feedback from behind the scene to hold on. So I guess they are switching over into the next studio uh, to take it from there for the news bulletin. But we will discuss about the life and the death of Prince Johnson, the political impact he made, and how he's going to shift the next election cycle. Because don't forget, when Prince Johnson is not in the picture, that's a whole different dynamic. But today is all about the life and death of Prince Johnson, no politics today. So we'll try to stay away from that. Maybe another day we can talk about the political mathematics and the political, how they call it, calculus on on the drawing board, on the electoral map for 2029. But until then, we got to give the day to the old man, good or bad, like I said your encounter with him. Some of us we went through the worst experiences. We lived on the ring of Prince Johnson during the 90s war. So I'm not a fan of Prince Johnson, but either way, he's still a statement. He's a senator. He represents an entire county, not only a regular county. I don't want to put emphasis on counties, but in terms of the size and the economic aspect, I would say Nema County is the second largest county. So we got to give him respect either way, even if we disagree with Prince Johnson on political issues. So that's just the nature of the game. You have to suck something up and just live with the reality. So today we are mourning and grieving the death of our statesman in Prince Y. Johnson. So I don't know what's going on with Melbourne or the news team. I'm going to hold off for now. Few seconds, if not, then we'll continue talking. Yeah, let's hold on 1 second, folks. If Melbourne can give us signal in the next 1 minute, then we'll keep talking and we'll keep the show going. Let's see if I can get feedback or update before the transition. So we'll be hearing from our people. Some of the negative experiences, the positive ones. Some people believe that Prince Johnson, and in some instances, if you look at it from a critical standpoint, yeah, you can say that some people were affected, but Prince Johnson too was able to be instrumental in protecting certain people at certain critical time during during the uprisings in Liberia. So they got some people who would say positive of him. But for some of us that were never on the other side, we got our own interpretation. So we will leave the politics out and just say it for what it is. I'm not a fan, will never be a fan. But there are people that have other experiences under him. Some people believe that he liberated them. He provided some kind of a cushion in terms of pushback from the previous administration of Samuel Doe. So who knows? Everybody got their own narrative and experiences in life. So, but I'm on the other side. uh, I think you can engage in the war, but then there are rules and there are rules of engagement, especially when it comes to civilian and innocent people. You have to pick your poison when it comes to war. So I would say I would say I'm not in favor of the people. I'm not on the side of the people who believe that he was a political savior for them or some kind of a messiah when it comes from a security standpoint, because their experience was different from my experiences. So we got two diametrically opposing views when it comes to the Prince Johnson saga or the impact of Prince Johnson in Liberian politics. But that's again. So I'm on the screen again. I seen the Prince Johnson picture, so I don't know what Mabon got going behind the scene. So yeah, when we get back from the news bulletin, we'll be hearing some calls from people to give their testimonies or their testimonials about the life legacy and some of the bad side of Prince Johnson as well. Some of us will keep saying it. We never had the best of experiences under him, but that's life. Yep. Life in politics. Maybe are you there? Can you give me something that signal, bro? You know, I see that one of the things people can say, rest in peace, rest in peace. One guy asked the last time, the guy said, how can we tell whether our people are resting in peace? Can you tell me that the lack of Prince Johnson will rest in peace? I said, bro, that's the misery of death. The moment you die, no matter even if you are the perfect person on this planet, even if you're one of the finest soul that ever walked this planet, we cannot tell emphatically afterlife that you are resting in peace. And see, that's the misery, and that's what makes life to be very, very complicated. And that's why you cannot be too emotional about life in itself. Because how do we tell whether you're a pastor, whether you're a killer, whether you're a warmonger? At the end of the day, there is not a template to say, okay, yeah, there is sure guarantee that this individual is resting in peace or he's going to have a better afterlife. We don't even know if there is an afterlife. We are only suggesting, or we are only hoping, or we have a perspective that when we leave this planet, we will go onto another dimension. Religion try to explain it, and they cannot find a perfect answer. So at the end of the day, we are all guessing. It's all like a scientific theory. We are all trying to get to the bottom of this thing, but we cannot 100% figure it out. We are not that sophisticated enough to understand everything that transpire or happens in the spiritual dimension. So we can call Prince Johnson a killer and a warmonger, whether he's transformed into being a man of God or clergyman. But at the end of the day, when it comes to death, and that's the misery of death, we cannot tell who is in hellfire, who is resting in peace, or who is walking on the street of God, no matter how your religion sold it to you. But in the end, we are just hoping and praying that we can get to some other dimension that will be better than what we are experiencing on the planet. But no way to tell whether that dimension even exists. So that's why we cannot be too rigid when it comes to spiritual things and when it comes to life after death. So we just say rest in peace, but we are not sure. That's a vague statement. So you can keep telling Prince Johnson rest in peace all you want, but I don't know whether you actually resting in peace. And that's it. I'm still not getting any update from Melbourne. So if it's not, then I think we'll continue the show. Uh, the one thing I heard, I think they say he collapsed in the bathtub. And usually, I'm now a medical doctor by profession. But when it comes to those kind of episode, the first thing people will talk about, maybe it will be heart attack, maybe it will be stroke, maybe it will be things like diabetic coma, because these are things that happen with age and sometimes family history. And we keep talking about, yeah, some chronic diseases that come with age. So usually when people collapse, like I said, anything like a bathroom top, those are the first instances that come to mind, or high blood pressure, or stroke, and diabetic coma, and all those stuff. So those are just speculation. And that's why we're talking about improving our healthcare system, because even if we cannot save a life, but you should be able to diagnose actually what happened, to get to know what transpired to his death, I mean, leading to his death. And people can be able to take precaution. You can give advice, you can give recommendation, and people should take care of themselves. But like I said, politics will always be involved no matter what, because the national cake, these are things that we advocate for on the show, whether it's healthcare, better healthcare, running water, roads, electricity. These are basic essentials, because who knows? You can be a public official, you can be the poorest man in this world. That's why we keep telling our politicians, stop the stealing, make better investments so that people can end up saving their life. Because at the end of the day, your life expectancy in any country on the planet, it depends on the level of healthcare that you are getting. I'm not saying people cannot die from this thing, but they are most likely to survive because of a better healthcare system. So you find out now people are living longer in their hundreds, some people in their 90s, mid 90s. And that's just why it is, because they have a better healthcare system, they make better investment when it comes to public health, and these things could save life. They are more than capable of saving life. That is why when you are entrusted with public office, when the people resources are there, yeah, we are not saying you guys could be perfect. There is no perfect politician anywhere in the world. But these basic investment, healthcare, education, rural, security, these things should be front and center, because at the end of the day, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, whether you are the middle class, yes, sometimes you may be able to buy a plane ticket and go to another country to seek better redress for health. But not too many people, I would say more than 98% of our people, are not in the position economically to buy a plane ticket and go to Ghana for better healthcare system. So why not make the investment? Why not make the country better so people can have a longer lease on life, rather than corrupting the system? You are not prioritizing things that the people need, and at the end of the day, people become victims. And yeah, you are public official. You are also susceptible to these things. When it comes to healthcare, you will all be a victim or beneficiary. All depends the role that you play in helping to shape the society. So we keep telling them every time on this show, when the Liberian people budget come before you, please make the best and make some of the most sensible application or appropriation when it comes to public funding, so that people can benefit. The last time we read a report here, people are dying all over the country, women giving birth, infant mortality, all these things. They come from the healthcare system. We don't even have a bigger population. So somebody will say, "But Liberians will still be having some of the best living standard because our population is very small. We can equally share resources." But at the end of the day, when you want to be greeted, when you have this scarcity mindset that you want to steal everything for yourself, you want to rob the average person and think that you can build instant wealth, we all will bear the brunt of this burden and face the full consequences. And nobody is exempted. No matter your status, you could be a Joseph Walker, you could be a Prince Johnson, you could be man law who in the market. We are all susceptible to these instances that could happen in life in terms of healthcare and saving life. So lawmakers and political figures, it's up to you. I don't want to pass judgment yet on his death, but I'm just saying from a medical standpoint, if we were to call any medical practitioner, if he says someone collapsed in the bathroom, those are the first instances that will come to mind. High blood pressure, stroke, diabetic coma, and stuff like that. Those would be the first thing that they will mention. So more than likely, it was one of the three that I just mentioned until an autopsy could be you can perform an autopsy to give you the real reason, but more than likely it will be among those top three that I just listed. So that's what you have in the country of Liberia. We can all be our brother's keeper. We could all choose to elevate the society, or we could all choose to be criminals and plunge our society down the drain. It's your choice. Life comes down to choices. And that's why I tell people, I say, of all the philosophy, I believe in, I left Stoicism because they teach you life or life about, well, something we call emotional control. I tell people, whether you are a rebel or not, you go to war, there are instances you have to get out of your emotion and make logical decisions because life is about choices. You could choose to leave a positive impact, you could choose to leave a negative impact. It's yours. They got something called, how they call this in science, they call it, I mean, physical science. They call it, I forgot the name, it will come to mind. They call it law of polarity. Yeah, two different instances, two opposing, interconnected aspects of life, but they point to the same reality, good or bad, up and down, heat or cold. They are the same phenomenon. So in life, you got options to everything. The question is, which decision are you going to make? How are you going to make choices to make a lasting impact, even when you leave this world? Because there were people that were never politicians, they were not rich, but they left an indelible ink on the history of mankind. People like Mother Teresa, Dr. King, Mohammed Gandhi, people like the Sankara of the world, the Nelson Mandela. These are people, we cannot count their wealth in physical cash, but the kind of an impact they made. That's what life is all about. You want to leave this planet a better place than you made it by making better decisions in life. You want to be a killer, is your choice. You want to be someone who could save life, that's your choice. But at the end of the day, it's about emotional control. You cannot just take people's life, innocent people's life, and believe that, oh, because I'm fighting war, I can do this. No, there were people who deserve to be alive today, but some they like Prince Johnson and others. Not only Prince Johnson. That's why I don't restrict everything to Prince Johnson because there were other people that committed heinous crime and atrocities in Liberia. So I'm not going to put him in the box, but I am just saying he had the option too of leaving other lasting and positive impact on the lives of Liberians. But he chose to take a
Wonderful,
certain path.
Mark. Wonderful. Thank you so much for holding on. We could not. There was no way for us to connect with you because of the situation back here. But again, thank you for holding on, and we're back after the news bulletin. And thank you. We were listening at the back. Yeah, all of the things that you are talking and all the Google things that you are or your father you've been saying, and also let me say to all of our followers, our viewers, those of you who are joining us with all of your wonderful comments. Indeed, I don't know, Mark, I think today we got to pay attention to most of the comments sent. Today is a day for all to reflect and remember Senator or the late Senator Prince Johnson. So some of you just comment, read your little piece. Trust me, we're going to read it out. We're also going to highlight some of your comments so that at least our people can see what you are saying and what's in your heart. Mind you, today is a day, and Mark just nailed it. Our listener, he said, we're not here to criticize. We're not here. Look, you know, Mark, let me join you. Nobody is perfect. That's just one thing.
Mhm.
That's why, for me. But it doesn't mean that Mark can
We should
question
be
me
bad.
or I can question Mark. You know, yeah, because when you talk about people are not perfect, sometimes people think that don't question anybody. No, no, you can be questioned based
Yep.
on your
Your
attitude.
doings. Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Monk. You don't know you're doing. Based on your doing. Because the Bible also said, Monk, they said, you are the light. They said,
You are
let
the
the light
light.
so shine, right?
Shine, that they will see your good work. It didn't say your
Good.
bad
So when the
work. It said
light
your
go
good
dim,
work.
Monk, so when the light go dim, people not question you.
They will question you.
So people will question you as
That
to how come when your
that
light is going dim?
mhm. That is why I say we believe in the law of polarity. The polarity, the universal law of polarity said there is an opposite to everything. You remember we were talking a couple of days ago. I said, Mabel, the knife that you got in your kitchen, right? You could use that knife to slice your onion, your tomato, your cassava, and your plantain and potato and make a decent meal. You could also use that knife to go and stab someone and kill them, right? At the end of the day, it comes down to the choices and the kind of idea you subscribe to. So that is why some people choose to make a positive impact and some people choose to make, to leave a negative impact in life. And the same thing, you could go home tomorrow, your wife could agitate you, you could get to that breaking point, but you still have a choice. You could walk away and let the tension to cool down, or you could use your fist and beat her mercilessly. At the end of the day, my brother, even though we get the good and the bad, we are not perfect, but our job is to strive as much as to be perfect. So we should always focus on the positive things. That's why we keep telling our lawmakers, bro, you guys must make investment. Invest in the people because you got your nephew out there, you got your auntie, you got extended relatives, you got classmates. Okay, yes, you are stealing, you are wrecking the government cover, but at the end of the day, when we don't have better healthcare system, can you pinpoint who's going to be affected? No, everybody going to be affected. That is why you should always do the right thing in life and make this world a better place, so that when you leave, your legacy and your memory will reflect in the mind of people, on the minds of people for the positive reason.
Mhm.
You don't want to leave a negative legacy. And I think that is our purpose and that is our duty on planet as human beings. We want to leave a lasting and positive impact, not in a negative way.
Indeed,
Yeah.
Mark. I'm looking for Ecclesiastes. Let me see. Yes, indeed, a book of Ecclesiastes. Some of you there out. Look, what Mark is saying today is 100%. These are things that we do. Some of us, we, if we don't even care about the next generation. So, Mark, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, right, verse 1. It said, "There's time and season for everything under the sun." Monk,
Oh
are
yeah.
you the one that controlling your life? No.
Nope. You are not.
Everything you everything that you met on this earth was
You will
here.
leave it here.
It's here. And you met it here. But
Mm,
we are so greedy, among that you are saying. We are
mhm,
so greedy, like some of our politicians today now. You see what's going on, right? Monk
mhm.
is saying now to us that if you are giving opportunity to serve your people well.
Well,
Serve your people well. All of the monies, all of the riches, all of the buildings, everything that you think that you want to get for yourself. At the end of the day, what's going to happen, Monk?
you will leave it here.
And you will live here.
There is no central bank in the next life with nothing physical because we are spirit, right? And we are having a human experience. Maybe every time we come on the show, I keep telling Phil, I say, you know what? At the end of the day, you ain't carrying nothing. You will leave everything here. So why is the essence? Look, let me tell you something. If people were existing on this planet before money were introduced, or what we call currency today, they were living. Some of them were using barter system. They use other olden days method of trading, right? But
Mhm.
maybe at the end of the day, if you are not carrying anything and you are blessed exceedingly, maybe when you listen to some corporate executive here, most of the corporate, the reason they get something in this country, they call corporate social responsibility. I
Mhm.
asked an older guy before I worked one time. I said, why is the essence? I mean, why the reason the corporate environment tried to come up with this philosophy that we should always give? But the guy said, Sarah, let me tell you something. He said, we all know that we are not gifted with the same talent and opportunity. So no
Mhm.
matter how rich you become, he said the one thing that will bring fulfillment to your life when you can make someone else's life better, even though when you're
Indeed.
after acquiring all those riches. So even the people in the corporate world are so into profit. Oh, it's a dog eat dog war out there. At the end of the day, they end up giving back most of their wealth back to the community and to poor people. So I said, apart from that, he said, what? The reason too that they do it because you cannot give people the impression that everything in this life is easy and you're getting free. Then that way there will be more people depending on you. So we create this culture that we got to be competitive, we got to work hard, we got to strive to get money. But at the end of the day, we still have to give back because we never came on this planet with equal fingers. We are not giving the same talent and resources. So if you want to leave a positive legacy, you must give back to the community and to poor people, and you make their life better. That's when you can feel fulfilled. No matter how many Lamborghini you could ride, no matter how many private jet you ride, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, the one thing that will give you fulfillment, that will make you to feel better of yourself as a person, is when you give back to the poor and the needy. That's a big time
Indeed,
blessing.
Mark,
Trust
I
me.
wanted to show the video as we do our talking, even though the video be muted. But just imagine, Mark, you were strong, energetic when you talk. In fact, you have all of the authority, you have everything that you think about when you are alive, Mark. But when the life go away from you, Mark, then now people begin now to carry you or
Mm.
to even carry you from place to place at the witch. So that video, yeah, Mark, you are saying something so important about us as human. This is about time now because Mark, even today, I also saw the embattled speaker and that the
Richard Coon,
majority,
yeah, we saw them.
yeah,
We
and
saw them hawking each other.
so, God, Mark. And these are look, Mark, these are things that our Father in heaven really want us to do as a human. Be able to, show love. Show love. So the politicians, they make it look like, look, they play on the mind of these people so that they can be, so that they can be able to be falling, apart, to be fighting each other while we be enjoying ourselves or while we enjoy ourselves being the same. Because what I did,
Mm.
what I wasted to them, Monk, it was just so interesting to see the embattled speaker and quote
Yeah.
unquote the nearer or elected speaker by the majority block hockey.
Yeah.
So,
That's the whole
Monk,
idea of politics. You cannot be too whole into politics. You cannot be too emotional about it because some of the people who you try to defend to the nail, at the end of the day, when you see them interacting behind the scene, you can't even believe that these people who are going at each other are the one hustling. I mean, and pulling hair. So you want to limit your your emotion when it comes to politics. No matter how tough it can get, you still want to play some kind of a neutral role and observe because who
so
knows?
that's
I
the
saw that picture today. I saw
yes.
that a photo,
Okay.
but I said they could go back to work and do the complete opposite. That's why politics is all complication and complicated because at the end of the day, the theatrics is different from what you see and it's different from policy. So we keep arguing back and forth the constitution, the violation of the law, who is entitled. But at the end of the day, we don't even know the cause they make behind the scene. You don't know how they interact. You don't know the game that they play. Maybe they just something that they are doing for political showmanship, or we call it for the optics. But at the end of the day, who knows what they are talking behind the scene? So you can't be too hooked on politics. You got to be open minded.
So Mark, yes, it is so Mark. I'm showing that video, all of the riches, all of the power, all of the authority. I think you're watching the video, right? So Mark is
I'm
saying
saying
to
it.
us as people, in everything that you do on the sun, charity, give back to people. No matter look, there are a lot of us today, Mark, even apart from the lesson in the Queen Johnson, that even people work for us, Mark. We don't even give them water, no food, nothing. All we do is insult back to back. And Mark is a sign that your fellow human.
And when we're talking about giving back, the whole thing about giving back, and the reason why some people are so selfish that they want everything that they want to see. When we talk about giving back, we are not telling them to go put a Labrimpo in line and divide your money with them or among them. We are just saying the basic services that they need to make their life better. Whether it's better education, whether it's better healthcare, whether it's good roads, whether it's electricity, whether it's investing in agriculture, because that's the only way the average person will get back from the government. That's why they call it distribution of wealth. When they say distribution of wealth, mean that government can put money in your pocket. No, the government make the necessary investment for people to make their own life better. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing the government can do for me. But at least when I get sick, I got a hospital or ambulance to be able to pick me up. I should get better treatment. I should have access to medication if I'm sick. That's all we keep advocating for. But for you guys, no. You think that when you steal from the country, somehow it's okay for you. No, it cannot be. It cannot be. Mabel?
And that's Mark, actually, because still at the end of the day today, now that for example, you have all of the money in the country, money, everything, you have it somewhere, maybe pocket. There are just few of people not going to enjoy.
Yeah.
Instead of the entire country, even the next
Yeah.
generation enjoying, it will be their job. Few of people now who are going to see some of the things, the properties and so forth, some of the
Yeah.
cars that you have, and they're going to be taking some of these things are going. So the
And
best
yet
thing
the
to
funny
do,
thing,
hmm,
go ahead. I think you are in your topic you were done, but go ahead.
yes. So the best thing to do is to always serve your people well. So
Serve them
that
well.
the day that you are normal, they'll be thinking and say, yes, I think this person do well for us as a person. This person, when you were there, he do everything that he could in making sure that our life get better. But all of the presidents, even tomorrow, will be celebrating one of the long term serving president. Whenever you have my birthday on tomorrow, we don't even know.
I was just about to make a comment. You know, there was a kid recently that had a viral video from Maryland. He was showing the home of President Tubman with grass and roaches and all bushes up. He said, this guy was president for 27 years in this country. Look how he house here today. You remember that video? It was circulating on social media. It's the same thing we keep talking about every day. At the end of the day, my brother, you are making good time salary. You got all the benefit. Some of you got your generator, got more money than even people that live in there, even doctors or nurses. The question is, how much can you steal? Why is so difficult for you to reinvest in your people to make some kind of a positive investment to make their life better? Why is so big of a gap? They ain't gonna take anything from you. You guys making anywhere between $12,000, $15,000, $12,000 a month in an impoverished country. How much more can you steal? How much? I thought the vice president crying today. I said, we see what can happen. At the end of the day, we will all go. The question is, just keep doing the right thing. And nobody is asking for perfection. Just make sure you can work in your weak way to try as much as possible to be right. And that's all what life is all about as a public figure.
Well, how many
Yep.
food mug I made today? Let me checking some of these things. Even if you in your room, some of you today in your room, that I don't know whether it's 12 by 12 or I don't know the size of your room. But more, let me free. Even in that room, you cannot cover everywhere or every part of the room. Even the mattress, the mattress that you will even lay on or that you will sleep on, more, you can cover everywhere.
You know, I was watching a documentary, right? But they got Ibrahim Traore from how they call it, Burkina Faso, right? He refused to take the previous salary of the president because he said he was a military guy that came from a military background. I was just watching a documentary yesterday. How in 2 years this young military general in his early 30s, and I don't know 31 or 32, I don't know his real age, but the kind of an impact he's making. Yeah, like this guy is almost like a Thomas Sankara kind of a figure. He was like, I'm president already. I got that name, that title, that recognition. I got this leverage to myself. How much do I need to steal? I mean, there are other people that need way more than what I can even steal from this country. So why not bring the tractors and expand our food production? Why not bring the factory to give people jobs? These are all kind of a leadership we are talking about. People who will transform life. That's the only reason people brought you to public office, to transform lives and nothing else. You just want to steal. You want to prioritize stealing. But at the end of the day, we will all be gone from this physical or temporal arena, and you won't carry anything. Matter of fact, even when you steal to leave it for your children, some of your children will still die before you. We just saw it happen recently to the former president.
That's just the fact. Because you want to steal everything, you want to take the country wealth or the country resources and embezzle it only for your one. But guess what? At the end of the day, more you say what? Maybe the person that you've been stealing for, what's going to happen? Sometimes they're going to leave you and go. And the Bible said that, monk. Sometimes because people are, look, everything you're doing on this app, you don't even know how you're going to end. And one day, when God will in heaven, get tired and say, okay, I think I'm ready now for my life. I need my life. But monk, let me ask you this question. I have a few questions for you before we go to the line. Mark, do you think that death of the late senator maybe going to change some political situations, activities, or maybe some of our politicians, maybe they're going to, someone will say recalibrate, they're going to maybe go back into the closet and see how best maybe to put things together?
Well, maybe a couple of them. I can bet on the vast majority because it's hard to change bad habits. They are used to that kind of a lifestyle that you can just rob your people. You believe that the vast majority of the people are not paying attention. You believe that they're not sophisticated enough that you can steal everything for yourself. You want to use government contracts and leverage to make yourself rich. You want to steal from the national budget. So I know some of them will have a sober reflection. They will go and think about their lives, about the country's future, how we got a young population we should be investing in, because if we cannot make the proper investment today, then 10, 20 years down the road, the country will be worse off. We have a drugs issue in the country that threatens future generation. That is also a national security threat. So I can bet you few of them, maybe five, six, maybe four, will go back. But I don't think it will be enough to change the total trajectory of Liberia when it comes to the budget, when it comes to making an investment and doing the right thing for the country. They will still continue with their political fight. They will still continue with their stealing. They will still rob the poor people of their entitlement, and it will continue. So I know few will do that. They will reflect, like I said earlier, but not too many to change the political dynamics in the country. I'm not going to bet on that. It will happen over the long term, but I don't think the death of Prince Johnson will just automatically transform the country in how to do business when it comes to politicians and public officials. No, I'm not going to buy into that.
Well,
That's my
okay,
honest
thank
answer.
you. Yes, thank you. Again to this other question, Mark, because there are some reactions out there that the people of Nima County, like you said, for the past decade, they've been with Senator Prince Johnson, the late. Everywhere you go, there where they go. But now, all of us saying now that the political freedom. Do you also believe that, Mark, that there's political freedom? Maybe everybody will have their own will, everybody will have their own freedom. There will be no more control by maybe individual or certain group of people.
Well, they always have political freedom. It was their choice to go a particular way. I don't see Prince Johnny putting that to anyone through to endorse a particular candidate and forcing you to go and vote for that candidate. They were the one that choose to vote in that way. He only used his leverage and popularity or the so-called or hero status that he gained or he acquired because of the war when it comes to Nema County and what transpired between Nema County and the former president dating back to the 80s. But I am saying they always had the free will to make better choices for themselves. Just because you are in Nema County, it doesn't necessarily mean that anyone Prince Johnson is going to endorse. Even when you know that person is not the best candidate for Liberia, you're going to vote because Prince Johnson. No, that's not how people vote. People don't vote like that. That's why I keep saying. If you are saying he left a positive or negative impact, it's up to you. Left, maybe. The one thing we were created and were given was the thing they call free will. We have choices to make. Nobody
Yes.
can exert pressure over you to make your choice. And the moment I keep saying on the show all the time, the moment you start taking responsibility for your action and start holding yourself accountable, that's the day you will start making better decisions in life. Because you know when you mess up, you are not pointing finger to anyone. And anytime people look up to someone for their failure or for their choices, they won't make better decisions because they believe in their mind there is someone out there that I'm going to blame if things go wrong. So Prince Johnson never put knife at a throat. Prince Johnson was only a political figure who participated during the war when it comes to the political uprising in the country. But at the end of the day, if you are on buying, you still have the independent will and choice to make better decisions. So I'm not blaming Prince Johnson for that either.
Well,
Yep.
thank you, Mark. Quickly before we go to the line, those of you who've been asking, so which type of video or the video that we are playing, let me inform you that the body of the late Senator Prince Y. Johnson was taken from the Hope of Women clinic or better say hospital to the Stracker Funeral Home right there in Singapore. So that's the video we just try to play the video so that you can see exactly as to what's going on. And that means that the late senator body has been now deposited at the Stracker Funeral Home Palais right there in Singapore. So again, good evening, folks. To those of you who just joining us, this is the SKTV show right here, and we're going to be with you up to 8 o'clock on tonight. The landline is 0777 285 961.
I'm not taking call from here. I'm not taking call from here today. So any international caller, please channel to Melbourne for the
All right,
day.
all right,
Please.
wonderful. So today's caller, good evening. Yeah, go ahead quickly. 1 minute, please. Yeah, go ahead.
We got Bonio.
Mm.
And I saw something in Libera the other time when I was there. I saw the tomb that was built by the Johnson, the portrait on that tomb. And I was asking a question, who is the relative of that was Johnson? And somebody said, was the Johnson tomb that is built ready for a church right on the B road there in Ghana. That means that Johnson knew when you were going to die, and this is why he did it at a congregation. But the people just have to take half, and I know how it is when you lose a family man or some relative.
All right, thank you so much. No long time talk. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Libera, and good evening.
Emmanuel Sano, go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much, recognition. My name. Let me use this time to say my condolences to the Joneses and even to what presented in the past of Pasron, but we want to say a big condolences to the family and the kids have God who gave them God attention. We pray that his soul will rest in the bosom of God. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, Lebron, this is Brown Tackle from Monrovia.
Yeah, Uncle, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, let me say thank to you and Mom. And really, let me say my sympathy to the Johnson family, the Vice President, and all the people of MDR for the passing away of Senator Johnson. You know, one thing before I drop the line, we look now, you see MPP, Chatilla, even though he brought war, he are gone, the MPF are gone, but his political party remain, and he still remain on the political scene. That legacy. You see, Mama Ellen Johnson Sally, she still on the political scene, and she still have Unity Party when she incorporated Libera Action Party loop and the Unity Party. You see, Senator Johnson, his death, when the first party was destroyed, he struggled hard to form another political party because if you want to make a political decision, you must have institutions.
Mm-hmm.
And so he formed MDR. MDR today is one of the strong political parties that even the Libera people who believe in him will evolve around. My only regret is that to see NDPL to go down the drain is helpful in Grand County. Let me just make a point, Libera, and please give me the last more. I'm sure stakeholders from Grand are listening to me. People who benefited from National Democratic Party in Grand are listening to me. Why should you lay this kind of, I mean, structure? Structure is not legacy. It's mind. It's intellectual ability. How people interact with each other. How people continue to evolve as a society. So those who even make NDP to die natural death is helpful. But then they will have their own, light to bear on the political scene. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Keep a call coming 077-285-961. That's the number to call here. And today we remembering the late Senator Prince Johnson. So yes, indeed, no hard politics. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, how are you?
We okay, even though we're not too okay, but thank God for life.
Yeah, okay, this is James Johnson speaking from Shara community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our year brother Mon was saying that that was the will of the people in Libera County. My dear brother, that was the will to the influence of our late Senator Johnson. What he did for us, it was not because of war or other stuff. But Liberia is supposed to remember doing that day when they were packing those Liberian children in top breaking them in Mosolaro here, dumping them in home. There was no one. Even Nima Ray in 1983, they will remember what was going on around the Liberian. Today we will look at most of our brothers who are there today. We will think about Big Musoli, we will think about UD Kido, those people, when we think about them, it brings tears into our heart. This is why when he stood on the gap, he said, I will lay show and he liberate my people. That's why we stood by him. If you think so, Libera are telling you something that is contrary, those people, I think they are just a foreigner or Libera County. But today, we remember that we still have them.
All right, you already go off the line. Keep a call coming 077-285-961. That's the number to call for you to be part of the SKTV show this evening. Today, we are remembering the late Senator Prince Johnson. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Good evening. I'm Prince Megaweto calling from Bonafide to be specific, this community. Yeah. So I would take this time to extend my biggest condolence to the bereaved family of Senator Johnson. I would like to advise them that they should keep courage. Everybody keep on the song for you to go. So they will not worry. Everything will be all right. God will guide them in the process. And that man, the legacy he set in Lima, here in Liberia, people will remember it. Today, we can boast of Ganta, the street, the name all of Ganta Street today. They were through Senator Johnson leadership. And they took the 2 yellow machines today that the Lima, the bank off, they were through the leadership. So I would like to even tell the Liberians also that we should try to at least make up some leader like Senator Johnson today. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, maybe how are you, sir?
My brother, I'm okay though. Thank God for life.
Yeah, I want to say this to all Liberians because some color calling thing that whether is worker go to be a district. So that means that only thing Johnson that worker go for. And one thing they should know what happened in the country, nothing just alone, and because that with the Limanian would never ever forget our Prince Johnson. Because today, when you talk about company, when you talk about petrol, even to my home where I came from, we throw it down. When no people government put up go and they're going to bring the water, the people, either one intercept the people in petrol. When company today, when those declare happen, America pay for people who are a property, they pay. They get the care happen, say, la America pay. You see how people is? People have to go and fight and retreat that place.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Today's call, we're not talking about fighting time. We'll come later on. Not talking about the depth. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm James Magai. I call from Barnesville.
Go ahead.
All of us are Liberians. It is unacceptable for people to come on this day where everybody is mourning the death of Senator Prince Johnson, one of the saviors of this country, for people to come and say they told Lima people in trucks and go dump them, all that nonsense to let it stop those things. We all are here because Senator Johnson died. My condolences to his family, to the people in Lima County. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. That's the thing. Please, you call here, forget about your way bad thing. That one moving forward next week. That week, I thought I want to. Hello, today's caller. Good evening. Yeah, we're fine. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm calling from Carl.
Good. Go ahead, my brother.
Today is the Friday for Liberia, but I want to advise every Liberian. You don't be thinking, what brings nothing day, and you look at what time you can do, all the things that have gone, the looking back. Do that, do people first, bring you things that happen to them first. But those who are left with us, and they will, when it comes to the implement in Lima, you know, when some managed to pray people and carry on the development to be remembered. The college thing doesn't do in Lima today. Whatever you be remembered, things on things like that. I think you have to, every human being have their way. Every human being on it, you have a duty. So as you gone, it's by the way of God. So one of the first work on the to all imagine our friends and trust.
Good.
God give it, God take it. You think that person
Thank you so much, my brother. To this caller, hello, good evening.
Yeah, how are you?
We okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
I'm speaking to you from Dubo.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, brother, I was hearing you saying that Lima is a political free. No, we still got leader. And even before...
No, I said people are saying, hello, I'm saying that people are saying that at least there's enough freedom that people can have their own will. Then, because more...
Okay,
for,
yeah. Those are saying there are freedom. It is no one will tell you say there are freedom. We have leader. We have leader. This is why he was fighting for someone to be honor him and then to move forward. And today we have the president, which is Jeremiah Pankun, who is the vice president of the Republic of Liberia. And beside that, there are other people who are coming up. When you check among those guys, you can see Councilor Koko, who is the labor minister today. Those are those guys that we're looking at them and we believe that it will bring unity. There are other people who will be staying there because they want division. And he was telling trying to say there will be no division in Nima. So as I'm telling you, we have people. Nima will not just go that way in order to think that it will be divided because they are thinking about division. That's why they're saying that. But there is no freedom for someone to say that. We have people there, educated people that are able to bring us together. Because he brought wisdom in other people here that even if something happens, this is where I want for you to hear.
All right, thank you so much, my brother. Yeah, so when it comes to politics, now one part will discuss. Hello? Yeah, my dear, good evening. Your name and from where you join us?
Good evening, Mabel. My name is Aaron B. I'm joining you from a Dubo Shara resident. I want to extend my deepest condolences to the Johnson's family, son of Nima Kante. And we will miss our leader, and we will not have replacement for Frank Johnson. It's because the legacy that he set for his country. But he stood for the country in every direction. And by the grace of God, that may his soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let me go to Pascal David, son of Nimba County. Pascal, good evening.
Thank you, Mabel. And so, let me say thanks to you and Mark for providing this platform exclusively for people of Nimba and like you. With you, the country is also hit. Like you said, Mabel, people remember you for the good you do and also for the bad that you do. But we are not the ones to judge. I think Senator Johnson has lived his life. The positive things that he did for the country, for the people of Nima. Of course, history will remember him. There are other things in the past that all of us will also want to reflect on. But in this time of death, all that we have to do as a people in the country is to identify with the bereaved family and the people of Nimba. And so let me use your platform to say on behalf of the county and our country and the House of Senate to extend our deepest condolences to the bereaved family, his wife, his children, and to all of us. I know somehow, somewhere, he played a part. You know, one thing that I remember before, one of the senators said today, every time he speaks, he made people entertain. He won't be remembered for that. And so, yeah, people will be there, suspend politics and identify with the bereaved and the hope that God will console you. And with the soul of Senator Johnson and those who have left this world, rest in the perpetual peace. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Pascal David, son of Nimba County. Keep your calls coming to a few more calls. We'll cross over to Mark, be able to go home in time. Yes, indeed, that is, we have roughly about 10 more minutes to go, but we will go home in time. So again, to those of you, our people, Emmanuel Brown, also, all of you who, if I will be commenting, you know, you're going to, but anyway, I think today we're not going to read most of your comments because the reason is just simple. Maybe after this week now, moving forward, when there is politics, then we all will know now how to go about with the kind of political talks and so forth. But on today, we are indeed sympathizing with the bereaved family. No matter where you find yourself, no matter which situation you find yourself in, maybe with the late Senator Prince Johnson. Yes, indeed. So do you want Jabo, my brother? Yeah, today is Thanksgiving Day. You enjoy, mama. Tomorrow will be another day. Tomorrow we'll be celebrating the birthday. Can you imagine though? Tomorrow we'll be celebrating the birthday of William V.S. William Vankara Shadra, right? Yeah, but we don't want to laugh, but anyway, just tell me on laugh. So let's call up. Good evening. Yeah, my dear, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us? Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Actually, on my sabbatical, but I mean, this is very able for some of us. I want to see our contributions to the people of Lima. Entire country. Some of us, we are not afraid of the listening of we are the name, people die in our culture. That even if you and our president, we're now gifted. The person is there, use our time to reconcile with Christians. I don't want to use it all day and say, I love my Johnson's family. I have friends from Lima. I also have a name, I'm originally from home country, but my mother is from Lima. So I speak the Mano very well. I mean, so it's somehow a loss to me personally too.
All right.
Yeah, we want to see our contributions.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, my brother. And quickly before we go to the last caller, good evening.
Yeah, how are you, my brother?
Well, I'm okay, but not too okay. But thank God for life. As long as you are alive, you gotta be grateful.
Yes, I just want to say to all my Nima brother, no man who lost Prince Johnson. I just want to say no man to every other person in Liberia. Just a no man to every one of us.
Oh. Thank you so much, Norman, to all of us. And let me say this to some of you that maybe sometimes Senator Prince Johnson, like I told somebody this morning, Monk, if I come to you, I told a lady this morning, I said, Senator Prince Johnson lived. 72 years is not a joke. People die.
He passed the term.
Yeah. Yep. Seriously, Monk. So I don't know why I saw people, some people, hey, I said, look, me, even
I'm serious 3 scores and 10. Yeah.
Good. So you're going to be grateful. And most of the men life, among apart from wartime, do you really see him stressing himself like that? No. Since 2003, or in fact 2005, Senator Prince Johnson been enjoying, right?
Enjoying, Senator.
Quiet and cool.
And getting paid.
Good. So I think sometimes there are people that I will tell the Senator myself, look, Senator Prince Johnson, for me, I'm grateful to God for the kind of year that he lived for. I pray to God for me to even live up to that year. So sometimes they are called that you will also have problem with, but sometimes they are also called that you also be grateful and say, God, I hope and pray that I will also reach that year or that time. So Mark, so what your own reactions before we go? We're gonna go in time. We don't want to be rushing ourselves, moving just like that.
Well, all I need to say the one thing, people can call and give their views. They want for people to be in a mourning state, but not everybody, because life is about your experiences. The thing that you are exposed to, that thing that you're going to keep memory of. And human being, our brain is wired to store information. That's why you got memory. That's why you can remember a movie you watched 15 or 20 years ago. Whether for some people, Prince Johnson was a hero for them. For most people, outside of Nema County, there are 15 political subdivisions. He was not hero for other people. In as much as we acknowledge the fact that he's a public figure and he's dead, some people will be mourning. But based on the experiences of certain people, they believe today was a win for Liberia, even though they didn't buy it. You see, that's what makes life complicated. And you cannot stop people from celebrating.
So are you seeing the comment from our sister Felicia Freewallow? Quickly, just see the comment and read the comment. You see, that's the beauty of the entire life that we live more.
Oh yeah, for sure. People are already behind the scene and they are calculating the political calculus for 2029. That's why I keep telling you, life is all about experiences. So when you are interacting with people, you want to live a positive.
I think she meant for the vacancy now, people are not lobbying.
Now, not for the seat, but the 2029, the seat that one will be filled immediately. I'm talking about the long-term calculus, the political implication when it comes to endorsement, how you will be able to sway the election. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the seat pie will be refilled. That one will have a special election because he died in his term. So that special election, that one will be filled in the quickest time possible. So those National Election Commission officers that are beating that drum, they might as well get back to work because pretty soon they will be conducting a special election. That one I know. All I am saying is, all I am saying, maybe life come to experiences and human being. You know, we can forgive. It's part of life, but we never forget because the brain was just created to store information. So this whole idea that people think everybody will just come here and sing Kumbaya because Prince Johnson. No, for you Nibians, I am saying, and I'm not taking either side. I am just telling you, I'm not on the good side of Prince Johnson. Whether you like it or not, that's my personal opinion. I believe he inflicted damages on people that had nothing to do with war. I came from Corway. I came from Bourgeois Island. I know what I'm talking about. So for you guys, he can be your liberator. He can be your Mandela. I mean, I understand the fight because we never experienced the same thing. I wasn't in Nima country. I wasn't the one that was under the wrath of President Sandra Doe. So your experiences are different from mine or all of people experiences. But there are people who believe today is a victory for Libera for the fact that Prince Johnson is dead, based on their experiences and interpretation or what they encounter. So that's what I'm saying. So for you guys to believe that everybody will come here and say Kumbaya because Prince Johnson is there, no, you are mistaken. Not everybody will say that. That's why we keep saying when you live in this war, when you do the right thing, try as much as possible to keep doing the right thing for a positive impact. Because at the end of the day, people will judge you based on your legacy and things that you did during your lifetime. So that's it. I cannot say any better.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, Monk. And let me say thanks to all of our viewers, our listeners. Indeed, on tomorrow will be holiday. We will be here on tomorrow looking at our former president, William V. Stodmet, tomorrow, because you spent 27 years, right, Monk?
Yeah, 27 years, 6 months, 2 weeks.
Cool. So tomorrow we'll be looking at our president William V. Stodmet. We'll also be joined by Sekou and that of Steve also on tomorrow to look at some of the past and also continue with the late Senator Prince Johnson Saka up to maybe this week because his body has been deposited at the Striker funeral home. So Monk, good night from our
I got a question before you leave the radio, maybe we got 1 minute and you guys took almost 30 minutes of our time today. The question is that medical facility that Prince Johnson was taken to, they only cater to women or is a public facility that both men, because it says women something? And somebody told me the former health minister, she the one own that facility. I don't know, Wilhelmina Jala or somebody.
Wilhelmina Jala, yes, that's just the name. I think that's just the name, but I think both male and female or children,
anybody can go there. Okay,
that's just the name. Women of Hope International.
Women of Hope.
But again, good night. We gotta go. We don't want to go above the people news time. Good night. We'll catch you when we catch you, and that will be on tomorrow.
All right.
Well, so for that's it. We gotta go. Thank you so much for being with us here on the SKTV show. We'll catch you when we catch you, and that will be on tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving Day to all of you, our brothers and sisters in the US. Good night from our end here in Liberia, and I'm John C. Mayborn Kula.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The welcome and life we have here.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clever so make you I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, tina ke ase my jamu. Engi sano muni, emu aye yo. Engi lova muni, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmaster.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena konagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, Sktv, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the low power and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, to San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.